We've often on this show talked about those grovelling apologies that people are forced to make for having said or done the wrong thing. You know, ooh, I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have done that. Now, we all deplore racism and sexism and every other ism, and there's nothing wrong with saying you're sorry. I do it all the time. But sometimes you can go a little over the top, as this Ohio professor did. Have a listen, and at the end, or during it, see if you can work out what on earth he's apologising for. It's Outsider's Story Time.
I am sorry for the hurt, sadness, frustration, fatigue, exhaustion and pain this has caused anyone. And I am struggling to find the words to communicate the deep ache for the damage I have done.
I am designing a plan for change, for moving, sorry, it's very emotional, for moving to the pathway from ignorance towards authentic advocacy. What can I do to unlearn patterns that hurt and harm others? This will involve me unlearning and relearning by listening, reading, and reflecting as a means for increasing my awareness about the experiences of those who hold marginalized identities different from my own.
I learned that certain men putting their bodies on the line for my enjoyment is inspired and maintained by my uninformed and disconnected whiteness, and positions student athletes as white property. I have learned that I place the onus of responsibility for healing on communities whose very lives are in danger every single day. I have learned that words like distraction and cheer erase present painful moments.
I am learning that my words, my uninformed, careless words often express an ideology wrought in whiteness and privilege. I am learning that my commitment to diversity has been performative. I am learning that I am not as knowledgeable as I thought I was, not as anti-racist that I thought I was, not as careful as I thought I was. For all of these, I sincerely apologise.
I know it's not anyone's job to forgive me, but I ask for it. Another burden of a white person haunted by his ignorance. To consider the possible hurt I have played a role in, the scores of others whose pain I didn't fully see, aches inside me, a feeling different and deeper than the tears and emotions I've experienced being caught in an ignorant racist moment.
I know they are taking a risk by partnering with me on this pathway. I know that they are carrying a burden by even taking any time with me. I want to thank them. Cuckoo.
No. So what was the professor's crime?
What was his crime?
To warrant such an apology? Did he murder someone? Did he stab somebody? Did he steal someone's belongings?
No, Rowan, I can tell you what happened. His transgression is this. Last week, that professor penned an article for Inside Higher Ed magazine titled, quote, "Why America Needs College Football." And in it, he said, no. It gets even worse. This horrible guy, this terrible professor, he said that football is great because, and this guy's a monster, you're going to see why, because it addresses the essential role that college football may play towards healing a democracy made more fragile by disease, racial unrest, and a contested presidential election cycle.
So for those few harmless words, something about democratic healing or something or other, and common sense words about the power, the healing power of sport, this poor character, this professor, was forced to grovel as if he was in Mao's China or in front of the Stasi or somewhere, or with the Gestapo or the KGB. I tell you, these are dangerous times, folks. We may laugh, but there you go. Anyway.
I tell you, Rowan, that's critical race theory.
Yes,
that is this so-called
precisely.
new doctrine of anti-racism that's actually very racist and destructive. You either submit to it, like that guy did, or you fight it. They're your two options. You can't keep
Trump is
ignoring
fighting
it.
it. Trump is
Rod
fighting
Dreher
it.
is going to be up to tell
Scott
us all about
Morrison
that
isn't
in a few
fighting
minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Trump is fighting it.